We've been talking about Len and Annette over the last couple of videos, who did $1 million over a 12-month period by using the following of another company's customer base to grow their business. So let's look at how they did this. Now, first of all, they hired an agency to help them out with this, because you just can't expect companies to send you their customers. There has to be some sort of value from this. They have to be able to get something else other than just money. So Len and Annette hired an agency. They went old school. This agency created a multi-step direct mail campaign to find joint venture partners. Next, they have to find the right type of businesses to offer this opportunity to. They needed to find partners that they were not in competition with, but also shared the same type of customers. Now, people love the idea of using somebody else's following to build their customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many smaller companies. Because, as you see here, there's so much involved in setting up a joint venture. Oftentimes, you will need what is known as a joint venture broker, someone who will manage the deal and put the deal together for you. Many joint venture brokers charge a retainer of $30,000 to $100,000, and then they will take a percentage of the deal for themselves as their profit. This is why you don't see many smaller companies using them. However, we wanted to make this as simple as possible and open up this opportunity to as many companies as possible by using a AI-generated software that I like to call as an auto sales closing system, because it does the selling for you. This is all part of what we call as the $1 billion blueprint. Now, my last job, I was hired as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm, at times working with executives from companies like Ancestry.com, Crate Trucking, Procter & Gamble, Victoria's Secrets, and many others. Now, after doing an average of as many as 60 sessions per week, many of them, again, with executives from billion-dollar companies, I noticed a pattern that we call as the $1 billion blueprint. In other words, a set of principles that many existing billion-dollar companies used that helped them to reach their success and brought that same success to the internet. Yes, there are unicorns, where some idea catches fire and they're able to sell their companies for $1 billion, like when Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. However, when smaller companies use the $1 billion blueprint, I've seen smaller companies do $1 million in as little as 90 days. It's how Icy Hot went from $20,000 to $13 million in just 15 months. It's how John Reese went from $5,500 his first year, then jumped to $100,000 in a 7-day period, and then did $1 million over a 24-hour period, ending the year with several $1 million. Love him or hate him, it's how Bill Gates did nearly his first $10 million. It's how Quest Nutrition went from zero to $1 billion in just 3 years. I don't know what you're going to do with this opportunity. However, I will lay out the groundwork for us to do the same thing in a 3 to 12 month period. So I've taken what I've learned from these companies and I've created a shortcut for you. So instead of having to invest enough money into advertising or do many of the other complicated things that we do online, like blogging, writing emails, filming YouTube videos, posting on social media, and selling, we have done the work for you. We use a similar software that some of the biggest experts and the biggest companies in their field use that we call as an auto sales closing system. That will, number 1, generate interest, number 2, capture your leads, number 3, present your products to your prospects, number 4, closing them right there on the spot, and if they don't buy, number 5, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point, number 6, by capitalizing on 9 different categories of income streams. Now, I'm sure you've gotten a lot out of this video series and been exposed to many new ways of doing business without investing into advertising. We have one more video in this series. However, As you scroll down the page, we've also provided you with additional tools and resources for those of you who wish to dive deeper into this subject. When you partner up with us, we will provide you with what we call as our AI-generated framework. So if you've heard enough to partner up with us and let us do the work for you by leveraging our existing relationships to expose you to our network of 150,000 customers and growing, just click on the link below this video to get started. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you, and we'll see you shortly. Bye-bye now.